Why smart people still make terrible decisions. A genius investor loses billions. A world-class athlete ruins their career with one impulsive choice. A straight-A student stays in a toxic relationship for years. And suddenly you realize something uncomfortable. Being smart doesn't protect you from making terrible decisions. In fact, sometimes intelligence makes people worse at decision-making. Because smart people are really good at one dangerous skill: explaining their bad decisions in a way that sounds intelligent. Your brain isn't designed to find truth. It's designed to protect your ego, avoid pain, and keep you comfortable. And once you understand that, human behavior starts making a lot more sense. Section 1. Intelligence and decision-making are not the same thing. Most people imagine intelligence like a superpower. Higher IQ equals better choices, but real life doesn't work that way. Because decision-making is emotional first, logical second. Neuroscientists have found that emotions are deeply involved in almost every decision we make. Even people who think they're being purely rational are usually just creating logical explanations after the emotional decision has already happened. Think about it. Have you ever stayed awake at 2 a.m. knowing exactly what you should do, but still doing the opposite the next day? That's because knowledge and behavior are two completely different systems. Smart people often confuse understanding with control. They think, I know smoking is bad, so I'd never get addicted. I understand manipulation, so I can't be manipulated. I know how scams work, so I won't fall for one. But awareness alone doesn't overpower emotion. Actually, intelligence can make things worse because highly intelligent people are better at rationalizing. They can build entire mental courtroom arguments defending choices they already emotionally made. A less intelligent person might say, I bought it because I wanted it. A smart person says, well, technically, considering long-term utility, market trends, and future value appreciation, same emotional impulse, just wrapped in smarter language, and the scary part, the smarter you are, the easier it becomes to fool yourself. Section 2. Smart people overestimate their control. One of the biggest psychological traps is believing you are immune to psychological traps. Smart people often think they're the exception. They think, I can handle gambling. I can stop any time. I won't get emotionally attached. I know how advertising works. But human psychology doesn't care how intelligent you are. Biases affect almost everyone. And intelligence often creates overconfidence. There's actually a psychological pattern where people with more expertise sometimes take bigger risks because they trust their judgment too much. It's why experienced investors sometimes lose more money than beginners. Why highly educated people still join cults. Why brilliant leaders can make catastrophic mistakes. Because confidence feels like accuracy, but they're not the same thing. The brain loves certainty, even when certainty is fake. And smart people are often better at creating convincing certainty. Think about how many terrible decisions begin with phrases like, I've thought this through. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Usually right before everything collapses. The problem isn't lack of intelligence, it's emotional blind spots. Every person has areas where emotion quietly hijacks logic. Ego, loneliness, status, fear, desire, validation. And those emotional triggers can overpower years of education in seconds, because humans are not rational creatures that sometimes feel emotion. We are emotional creatures that sometimes use reason. Section 3. The more intelligent you are, the better you become at self-deception. This is where things get dangerous. Smart people are often incredible storytellers, not to others, to themselves. The human brain hates cognitive dissonance, that uncomfortable feeling when your actions and beliefs don't match. So instead of changing behavior, people often change the story. Example, someone knows their relationship is unhealthy, but instead of leaving, they say, they're just going through a difficult phase. Months later, they actually care deep down. Years later, no relationship is perfect. The brain slowly edits reality to reduce discomfort. And Intelli.